Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Banknote Trading, where we take a look at the US dollar pairs in the Forex market. Today, we'll start by taking a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour chart. Let's go ahead and map out the current range. Like we were saying at the start of the week, once the buyer stepped back in discount, it started to consolidate, started making strides. It was swing structure bullish, fractal structure bullish, internal structure bullish. Started consolidating late last week. And then at the beginning of this week, the seller stepped back in this area of supply to control, started to push prices back down, breaking market structure to the downside. And prices have gone right back down deep into discount. This is the area of supply that's in control. And this is all due to DXY and dollar news. Dollar is gaining strength as these other pairs are starting to show bearish signs and pushing prices back down. So as you can see, overall, this was the low. This is the higher low, and these buyers at this higher low weren't able to push past the highs of the overall range. There's still liquidity sitting over these highs, but as underlying fundamental news pushes this pair down to lower prices, this still is the higher low. But once this gets broken, I would consider this a bearish market for this overall extension of prices. It doesn't have room to retrace further. But as you can see right now, prices are in this area, tapped into this area of demand with this internal supply area in control of this area of demand here. Now see how prices react from that area, which then right now, I'm not expecting any type of turnaround to any type of fundamental news starts to push the bullish momentum back into that into higher prices, which I'm not expecting that. So not looking at any opportunity to buy or sell at the moment until this low is broken. GBP USD, let's go and map out the current range. So this was the previous range we were dealing with. Price had retraced back down to discount, started consolidating. Structure broke to the upside when the term structure was bullish. Then late last week, early this week, seller stepped back in, started to fractally break it down. Bearish internal structure, started consolidating here, and broke down in the bearish direction, shooting towards lower prices. Now it has technically broken out of this range. I'm waiting to see what prices do here, but for right now, this is a bearish market, and I'm looking for any type of selling opportunity. With this being the high that broke the lows of this overall range, this strong, what's this higher low? It's a strong higher low because this was what broke out past the highs of the previous range and made the highs of the range. But yeah, it's supposed to stay strong. Once it does not, it looks like it's going to turn bearish. I'm looking for any type of retracement back up into premium or up into any area of supply, which this is the area of supply, but it's not in premium. But if prices do start to retrace back up, could technically be back in the range, but I'll be expecting it to continue and have bearish momentum back down to lower prices. And then we can change this once we see where price goes here. If it does continue, waiting for a retracement. If it does retrace right now, I'll be looking for any type of sell opportunity to sell in order to target the lows that were just formed earlier this morning. And then this will be the lower high from these highs, making this the bearish push down with supply in control. And it's all because of the XY, which we'll just briefly go over. Clearly, it was overall a bearish swing structure. Of course, started making strides back, higher highs, higher lows internally. Then seller step back in. Now with this dollar news with trade deals, dollar's getting stronger, and now it's pushing past these highs. So could turn bullish once it breaks out of this range. Just like we were just saying with GBP USD, obviously it broke out of that bullish range. So now that's a bearish, at least on the 4-hour chart. And once DXY can do that also, can start to become bullish. It is eternally bullish. To break out past this high that made these lows. And then we also look out for the resistance at 100 AUD USD. It's gonna map at the current range. As you know, this was the spring. So these lows made this high, the higher low from these lows, and then sellers step back in. Looking at dollar news. If we do look at this range, this 4-hour range, it's already back down into discount. This is the area of demand to watch out for. Just expecting this to follow in line with the other US dollar pairs as, like I said, the dollar's getting stronger. It does start to break past these lows. We'll go looking at this area for this overall range. Then we're looking at expanding prices. Not looking for an opportunity to buy, possibly to sell once this liquidity is taken out and these lows are taken out. Not expecting these dollar pairs to turn around until there's any type of other fundamental news. But only looking for any type of selling opportunity once the lows get taken out. So right now, not looking for any opportunity to buy or sell, but if it does start to push down, there's momentum to the downside, and these high lows get taken out. Possibly looking for a type of retracement to target the lows of the overall range. NZD USD is going to map out the current range. This continues to consolidate sideways. Saying yesterday that it started to push. So let's step back in this area of supply to control, pushing prices lower. This area of demand you have to watch out for, but if these lows get taken out, we're looking for any type of selling opportunity, expecting this to target the lows of the overall range. This is the area of supply and control. It's the area of demand, internal demand that was pushing prices higher previously. So it's right in this area now. But the trick thing is just to go along with other US dollar pairs, take out the lows. If this is the higher or the lower high from these highs, looks like bearish momentum maybe picking up for these pairs, of course, because the dollar's getting stronger. GBP AUD, it's going to map out the current range. But I believe we are back inside this range, back inside this overall range. But this would have been the low that broke these lows. But price didn't have a strong close under the lows. I did over here. I was waiting for I think I said yesterday it closed under these lows this first time. Then buyers stepped back in, closed again under these lows. But then obviously there was an impulse of buyers here, so it's back in this overall range, but it's still bearish overall. Swing structure bearish, fractal structure starting to break bullish, internal structure. This could be a higher low than these lows, but overall this is just consolidation until this high is taken out. I'm always looking for any type of selling opportunity, but again, these cross pairs tend to go with the XY depending on the underlying currencies. It could start to retrace, could start to go back up into premium, could start to go back up into toward this trend line to make strides higher, just like the DXY is doing. But overall, still just looking for a type of selling opportunity to have a stronger closure under these lows. So overall, since prices haven't really, like I said, this close under and this close under, but this impulse is showing that buyers are ready at these prices to start pushing prices higher. GBP NZD. Let's go ahead and map out the current range. Of course, this being the low, form this trend line. This being the lower high, and you see prices. Of course, we know started to push down. And saying yesterday, finally hit the trend line with sellers having supply in control. But of course, just like with GBP AUD, this impulsive buying happened at these lower prices. Broke structures to the upside, so this could be be forming a higher low than this low. I want to see these highs get taken out in order for me to be, or for me to determine if this is bearish internally. It's still string structure overall, still bearish. But if it starts taking out these highs, and be bullish internally. Sorry, and then see if it starts making strides and breaking structures to the upside internally, just target, the highs and premium. But really, overall, it's just expanding, but it's just consolidating sideways until these highs get taken out. Like I said, not looking for any opportunity to buy right now. Overall, still string structure is bearish. Only looking for the opportunity to sell. But like I said, along with these cross pairs, these could be headed to higher prices into premium. So if you want to look out for that, and that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining us.